What's up, everyone? Hot, humid day. What better day on a hot, humid day to get in and do some pond work, keep you nice and cool. But we are trying to get this pond back clean and clear to where you can actually see the bottom and see the paddlefish. It's been so muddy and murky lately. So we're doing a clean on the koi filter and then the wetland filtration. Okay, so I got my 50-foot hose ran onto a big sump pump on a 2-inch line. I had to at first take out all this saw blade grass, which is right here on the ground, to be able to uncover this cover right here and get into the centipede itself. But I noticed there was a little bit of a problem, and I'm going to have to dig a good bit of this wetland out, all the gravel, to be able to get and reconnect the top layer of this centipede. I'll show you guys what I mean after I get it all uncovered here. Okay, so I found the culprit. You guys can see rocks coming through right there. This whole top course of the centipede actually came off. So basically this thing goes down and spins into place. It had to come around and unspin and pop off somehow. So I got to dig all this rock out on the outside, get it back down to where I can put the centipede back together. Okay guys, this is way more than I signed on for. But, you know, I almost got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to call in the experts, get Greg on the phone, have him send one of his contractors out and pay them to come and figure out what's wrong with this wetland here. But as it drained, I figured it out. So there was a hole in the side. I noticed that this side of the centipede, the riser, was actually up about 3 inches. I looked down in and I'm like, it looks like this whole thing unturned and it popped off, because I seen that the lid was bent like a C. As you can see here, it kind of is bent on the one side. We can bend that back though, given enough time. But that had come undone, and it had pressurized this snorkel because it was taking the path of least resistance. So about 18 inches down, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but this was all buried. Now you're looking, that's grade right there, that's down about 2 feet. So I had to keep digging all of this rocks out till I can expose these little nubs right there on each side. So now I gotta bend this, get them back on them nubs and beat it back into place, and then replace my gravel and the cap. So now the water is forced to go through the centipede and up through the rocks and go back out. I was, this close from saying screw it. Greg, send one of your guys out here and we'll pay him to redo this wetland. But, I just said, screw it. Let's just get into it and see what's wrong. And we got it in about an hour. I dug all this out, got the wetland empty, and figured out what we're doing. I'm now waiting on the rubber hammer so I can beat on this plastic a little bit and get it to turn. And we'll get this puppy. Oh, Jerry said I'm ready. So we'll get this puppy back together and filled back up. Okay, we got it all back together. I am just rinsing out the wetland now. We are backwashing this whole wetland filter. Back off nice and straight. Nothing was broken. It just happened to pop apart somehow. Not really sure how, but we are giving her a good rinse down. And now all that mud should start being filtered out once again. And we should start being able to see the paddlefish again. How awesome is that? So this is going to take about another half hour or so. We'll see. But we are just washing down the rocks. Okay, she's filling back up. As you can see, she's pouring over the top here and still not flowing through the gravel. So that means I got to do another round of this cleaning on the filter, because she is still not unblocked. There's still a lot more caked in there, meaning water's still taking the path of least resistance. So I got to clean this just a tad bit more, and but I got to wait for this to fill back up. So we're filling it from the monster pond through our 2-inch blue hose here. So we're going to get some more water back in the pond and then have at her once again. So we're going to let this flow. It's now going back forward, pushing through the media. We're going to shut it off and it's going to suck back through. We'll just keep rinse and repeat until this puppy is running full blast and actually filtering out the pond. So we are sucking out so much nasty, muddy, milky, dirty water and replacing it with nice, fresh, clean, clear of the system water from inside. Plus, I've been squeezing out this filter as well. So doing everything we can. I got to go through and muck up and get out all that nasty stuff from in the river still. And then this pond should be cleared up. This is usually something you do at the beginning of the season, but we've been so busy, we are just getting around to it. Okay, round two, we went ahead and washed out the wetland yet again. Now we are rinsing down the river, getting all this black tar, all the soot from underneath all the plants and all this muck out of here. We got Reaper and my dad over there with the tub, catching it on the end with the sump pump, pumping it out down the hill. The least amount of stuff we can have going back into the pond, the better. So then we can catch more of this dirt and be able to just get it out of the pond. This stuff is nasty, dirty, let me tell you. Look who decided to join us. Got a little bullfrog right there. He's just chilling. But this water's nice and black. That is how clear the water is supposed to be. So we're going to make this river match. We're just sending it all down that way. Well, so much for doing any more pond work. So I guess let's take the show inside. Okay, since the rain decided to ruin our fun, let's come in and have a look in here. Now that my dad's back from Chicago, I'm going to start planning on draining down this 1,800 gallon cichlid tank, and we're going to catch a bunch of the mbunas out, put them all up for adoption, and then these guys are ready to go in and start making that tank look absolutely amazing. These guys just look so awesome. They've gone through quarantine, nothing wrong with them. So these guys are good to go ahead and go up in the tank here in like the next week or so. And we're going to thin out the colony in here a bunch. But it's also going to add a lot more color and just vibrance to this tank. Of course, while it's drained down, I'll give the corals a good wash and bring everything back up in two. And then this tank will be looking far more superior than it has in the last 6 months. It's going to be looking amazing. And then of course my dad didn't really hit on it too much, but he brought in this massive giraffe cat and the iridescent shark, the arrow, and the smaller iridescent shark over here. And man, I am just taken away at how big that giraffe cat, that is my arm next to him. That is just a beast of a fish. Big, 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 and I mean big. Giraffe nose catfish. He got a little bit of burn on his nose during the transport. That'll heal up, no problem. Same thing with this iridescent shark. Got a little bit of rub on his nose. His eyes can't get in cloudy, already starting to clear back up. So this tank will be, kind of crowded for a little bit. It sucks. I was just ready to move these Peroon sharks out. Now they just got restarted, but that is okay. A good majority of these are going to go into our display tank. The hybrid cat, the two Peroons, the Wallago Mr. and the giraffe cat. The iridescent shark will end up being adopted to one of the public aquariums. What else? He also got in a few other things down here. These spotted gar had just come in today. And then we've got a couple guys over here, which these will be going into join the horde. We got two more of the clown loaches in here. There goes one. Not sure where the other one is hiding, but there is two. Jerry went ahead and tossed him in here. He's probably inside this log somewhere, or he's hiding on the backside of this wood, and I can't see him right now. But that is what come in recently. But we also took a couple of fish to Chicago with us and adopted them out. Talking about the big gourami, we got the pacu out of here, and there was one more fish. I'm forgetting what it is. Oh, the clown knife. The big clown knife that was in this 360, that also got adopted out while my dad was in Chicago, but he did not end up filming any of that, and I was kind of surprised. But here we have it. Tanks are looking fairly good. This tank is ready to get gone through and have some of these inhabitants leave. This has been crowded for quite some time, but you know, if you guys are watching the build on the Legacy, it is coming together, and it won't be long before we're able to send a bunch of our guys up to the Legacy, so that will be awesome. We got Mr. Lone Star from Rare Exotic Fish Co. If you guys are interested in Australian lungs, go ahead and look them up. They have them in stock and ready to go. These guys are awesome. He is only a couple years old and pushing 24 inches long. He is a beautiful, beautiful fish. So I just wanted to show you guys what was new around here. We're going to continue to clean on the ponds and get that back clean and good and healthy. And we are still waiting on Miss Mama over here to drop her pups. I'm waiting to walk in at any day now and just see them swimming around. She is really holding on to them super, super long. Got the goonch over here, front and center, looking awesome. And I've been seeing these guys, they've been breeding a lot more. So hopefully we get some pups out of these guys soon. And the big breeders in the 2200 have done amazing. Before we sign off, let's take a look at the pikes. Everyone was saying, oh, you have a pair of pikes in there, it's going to turn into a bloodbath. Well, I can assure you, it's not going to. Look at him. His fins have been healing up so well ever since we got him in. No one has nips on him. No one's being pushed around. We just had the blue Texas and the red Texas drop some eggs down there. The pleco came out and ate them, so that they did not go to a full spawn, but everyone is getting along in this tank fairly well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We will catch you in the next one. As always, stay fishy, my friends.